Hello, what's going on, everybody? Blessings on blessings on blessings. I hope everybody's doing well as I am doing well today. Glad I woke up this morning. It's been a pleasure to be able to bring you guys content. I would like to just thank you, and I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, all jokes aside. Continue to hit like, subscribe, share my channel. I'm on this journey with you guys, and I have been learning as well as when I research this content and I look up these things. I realize that I don't know it all. I'm not perfect, but upon researching things, it's important for you guys to do your research as well. And before we get started, I just want to say feel free to leave respectable comments in the comment section. If you have anything that you would like for me to do a video on, please do so. Or if you have any updated information, share with us, share with everybody. We're all in this together so we can help one another build our credit, repair our credit, and get data points about different banks so we can just further ourselves and better our situation. But I'm just going to talk about 10 things that people may not know about credit. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about is credit utilization matters. Okay, so keeping your credit card balance low relatively to your credit can positively impact your credit score. Yes, your utilization is one of the top two key factors that make up points in your credit score. So, and that it's going to depend on you getting your funding, because if you maxing out credit cards and your utilization is high all across the board on the credit cards or loans, nobody is gonna want to give you money because you owe. You know, it's gonna show that you're in the rear and you're utilizing more money than what you have coming in. So you need to keep your utilization down and pay that utilization down. And I know they say 30%, but I'm gonna say you want to be at that sweet spot about 6 to 5%. Okay, credit number 2 is credit mix is considered. Lenders like to see a mix of different credit types on your credit, such as credit cards, installment loans, and mortgages. Most definitely. All credit scores aren't created equally. That's why I always tell you guys to go by your credit profile. Is what's on your credit. So you want to have a variety of different things on your credit score, such as credit cards, credit installment loans. You just need different things on your credit card to make it complete, and not just like being an authorized user on somebody's credit card so they can see that. So you want a different mixture. Then you want to have a certain amount of accounts, 10 accounts and or more. Okay, number 3, closing accounts can affect your score. Closing older credit accounts may shorten your credit history, potentially impacting your credit score. I talked about this before in the previous videos. Sometimes it's not worth closing an account, especially if you have some history. If you had that account open for a while, sometimes we get discouraged, and when we get a low amount and we feel like it's not worth keeping because the amount they've given us is so low. And I would say just keep the card and just use it for small purchases such as gas, or maybe give it to one of your children. You know, try them out and teach them responsibility and see how they do with that low limit, teaching them about credit. Number 4, late payments stay on record. Okay, late payments can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years, affecting your credit worthiness. Yes, I talked about that as well. You don't want to be late on these credit score. On your credit. You don't want that 30, 60 day late. You don't want to be late, period. But that 30, 60, 90 day late, that's going to show up on your credit report. They have different things that you could do to prevent that. Like you could enroll in just auto pay for the lesser amount, but be also conscious that they keep an internal score as well. So if you're not the 30 or 60 day late, so when you're dealing with different banks, they know when you're late, when you get ready to ask for their products, they can see that you've been late, even though it doesn't show up on your credit report. Number 5, joint accounts impact both parties. Yes, it does. If you have a joint account, the actions of the other holder can impact your credit score. Yes. If you have an account with your spouse or your children, if they're late, it's kind of like being an authorized user. If you're late and don't pay, they're going to be late. So whatever's done or happens with that certain account is going to affect both people in the same exact way, unless one person gets off the account or unless you guys both signed a contract together. As far as some people get apartments and they sign jointly, it will impact both people. Okay, number 6, checking your own credit doesn't hurt. Checking your credit scores, though, tools like annualcreditreports.com or to monitoring service won't negatively affect your score. No, you can check your credit score as many times as you want, as long as it's not pulled, or a soft pull won't even affect your credit score. So you're supposed to check your score on a regular basis so you can know and you can see what happens. So you definitely want to do that. Number 7, credit inquiries have different effects. Yes, hard inquiries like those made by lenders when you apply for credit can have small impact on your score, while soft inquiries like checking your own credit does not. Well, if you rack up a gang of hard inquiries, it will and can affect your credit score, but a few inquiries won't hurt you. And some inquiries, if you're mid-level inquiries, it won't impact you that much, but it will still impact your credit score. But keep in mind, when you have a lot of inquiries at one time and they're hard inquiries, and then you go apply for credit from a different bank, it kind of makes you look thirsty if that inquiry ain't right. They be like, man, he applying for all this credit. What they need all this for? So you got to be strategic and try to keep your inquiries at a minimum, or you want to try to wipe that inquiry. Okay, number 8, authorized users status matter. Okay, being an authorized user on someone's else's credit card can influence your credit history, but it is not the same as having a primary responsibility. Yes, being an authorized user on somebody's credit score can help you if they're responsible and their account that they added you on is in good standings. But it's a difference. But more, and nowadays they can see that you are authorized user. As I stated before, our credit scores aren't created equally. A 720 could be different than a 680. The 680 profile may be better because they may have more primary accounts, which means they're the primary account holder. And then the 720 person may have an authorized user, meaning their parents or somebody may have added them on their credit report, which means their history, that person that added them, their history and their utilization gets added to them. But banks can see that nowadays, and they know what's going on, but it can help impact your credit score. Okay, number 9, closed accounts stay on record. Closed accounts with positively payments can remain on your credit report up to 10 years, benefiting your credit history. Yeah, sometimes when you close an account, they can still see, or you can still see, it'll remain on your credit report, and there's like different boxes. Or when you look at your credit score, it'll say this account has been closed. And it can still benefit, your credit history, because they can see that you had an account before that was open 5 years, 4 years, however long you had that account. The last one, 10, your credit score vary. Different credit scores models exist, and your score may vary between them based off of the information they consider. Yes. A loan credit score, or like I said, different banks may have different internal scores for you. They have the Vanguard score, then you have the FICO A score. Different institutions may generate different scores based off of your credit profile or based off of internal information. So it can vary from person to person or institution to institution. And different banks use different methods to generate their credit score, and different institutions use different methods to institute a credit score. So keep in mind the credit score you may be seeing, like some people use Credit Karma. That credit score may be different because Credit Karma uses Vanguard, where most lending companies use FICO 8 to determine if you're approved for lender or not. So keep in mind different institutions or different banks may use a different score for you when you're getting approved. But the most accurate is going to be that FICO 8 score. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I also love for you guys to join my Skool group. It's totally free, where I've created a community where we discuss different things. And at skool.com, look for Raw Game, RAWGAME, Skool, SKOOL.com. Man, I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next video.